Welcome everyone to episode, I believe four of the Chao Garden Podcast. We took a bit of a break. We left off with Nintendo Direct predictions last time. It was not Nintendo Direct. We saw it was a partner showcase, but that's okay because we were partially correct about it. Some of the things that we mentioned were there. But now we have a new episode. Today's focus is going to be on our usual topics, and we are going to be getting into a new one with the focus being Sony's, or specifically PlayStation, Xboxes, and Nintendo's status in 2024, and we'll be ranking them as well. But before we go into any of that, I'm here with Brandon, Lou, and Russ is back this week. So good to have you back, Russ. I appreciate it.
I was happy to be here.
And so, as usual, let's go in with what everyone's been talking about. Since Russ, you weren't here last time, let's start off with what you've been playing recently.
So I started Horizon Zero Dawn finally.
Okay.
I've been really liking it. I was kind of worried it was going to be like a very Ubisoft type game, but I haven't really felt that so far. It doesn't feel like it's just a collectathon, really. I'm about, I want to say 4 hours into it.
Okay.
I basically got to the point where the world opened up for me and I can go wherever I wanted.
Okay. Nice. So it's still pretty early on into it.
Yeah. And I've been playing Power Washer Simulator. I downloaded it because I wanted something that was like mind numbing, just to like listen to podcasts or something while I was playing something. And I ended up getting kind of addicted to it. I think I have like, I don't know, 10 or 15 hours in it already.
Nice.
It's so satisfying to play that game.
Yeah, I have some experience with power washing. I think we have a power washing veteran here too, Brandon.
Yes. Me and Marissa, we paid our dues.
Did you even did the Final Fantasy DLC, right?
Playground, some of the Final Fantasy DLC. Need to play more. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna DM Marissa. Hold
on. she's at work right now, but we'll see when she responds.
I'm DMing her power wash.
Power wash? Just power wash?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all.
She'll
know.
All right. Okay. So power washing, Russ?
Yep. I even bought all the DLC for it too.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So Horizon Power Wash. Anything else come to mind?
No, that's really it. I just set up a RetroArch again on my computer, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I just set it up. I did that today.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put you a little on the spot to explain this because I thought it was a really, really cool idea that you guys were sharing on Ty's Discord. So what got you to specifically Horizon? I don't know if Power Wash was on that list, but what got you like for Horizon to start that?
So Power Wash is not on that list, which is an issue.
Oh, okay.
But basically, I was scrolling Twitter one day, and I just saw somebody make a post that they had a goal to play a game for every letter in the alphabet in a year. So they had a list of games that they picked out from A to Z of just different games that they wanted to beat that year. And then I shared it with Ultimate Hope, and then I ended up sharing it with Toaster Dog, and then I just got shared with Technologies Group too. But it turned out to be a pretty big hit. A lot of people were interested in it.
Nice.
So far, I'm 2 games into it. I beat 2 games, and Horizon was on there, so that's the next one I started.
Okay, what were was Atomic Heart one of them?
Yep.
You beat it?
And yep.
Okay. How'd you like it?
I really liked it. It's very BioShocky.
Okay. And
there's actually a lot of references in it too.
Oh, BioShock. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was the other one that you played?
Dredge.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay.
So far, my very limited amount of games I played this year, that's my game of the year. But I've only beaten like 3 games this year, so.
Okay. All right. When did Dredge come out?
I think last year.
Oh, you know what? It was up for indie game, right?
I think, yeah, it was 2023. March 30th.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. What'd you play it on?
PS5.
Okay, cool.
I even got the platinum for it.
Oh, okay. I'm actually. I was looking. We were talking last night. Me, Brandon, Lou were talking, and Brandon was looking at his platinums or his trophy list, and we are comparing ours. And then I started looking at my Persona 3 playthrough because I'm doing that right now, and I'm debating on platinuming it because I think it's doable on the playthrough that I'm on. I'll have like 6 trophies left. I like 6 trophies left, but they're hard. They're really difficult, or at least like one of them is really difficult. The other one's a pain in the ass. But one is just really hard. Okay, cool. So Horizon's next, and do you have any idea what you want to do on the list after Horizon?
I want to play something on the Switch, so I'm thinking Xenoblade is going to be my next one.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll make sure to send you the seal tweets after after you started playing through that. Okay, cool. All right. Is there, before I move on to Lou, do you have anything else last?
Nope, that's
Okay,
pretty much it.
okay. Cool. Lou, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Splatoon 3, especially the Saturday DLC that just released yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Persona 3, doing New Game Plus since I beat it last week,
Nice.
and tons of Fortnite.
Tons of Fortnite.
Yeah, dude, because Fortnite's goated, and I'm a god.
Yeah. Have you looked at the festival stuff today?
Puzzle stuff, not really, no. I saw the trailer, the Lady Gaga trailer, and
Okay.
then that was it. It's the, I'm not really a fan of Festival Pass, but I probably won't buy it in order to skin, but it'll still be fun to play.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Fortnite, Splatoon, and Persona have been the main ones. Anything else?
Anything else? Trying to think. That's basically. I mean, I would say Overwatch, but I only played like 2 days. Not like total, not total, but like an hour total combined.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I've
it's
been
been
playing.
horrible.
I've been playing a lot of Persona 3. I said it before the podcast, but for anyone listening now, at the time of recording, I'm on October 30th, and I'm going to be spending a few hours in Tartarus, progressing through that, and then I can go back to passing through time.
And beating the Reaper. Don't forget about that
I'm
one,
not being the Reaper in October. I'm waiting until
dude.
December or January for that. I'm level 50, Lou. I'm not. I'm level 50. You barely beat it at 70.
I didn't barely beat it at 70. I beat it at 70.
Okay. You beat it at 70.
Yeah.
That's still 20
Well,
levels.
without context, it sounds bad, but I did it, dude. You
Okay.
do it too.
Okay.
It's just really cheesable and it's funny.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it later, eventually. Okay. So yeah, so I'm on October 30th. I'm in Tartarus. I've maxed out a few social links. I finished the monk. I hate the monk. I did not like his social link.
Why?
He was annoying. He just annoyed me. I did not like him until I guess I kind of liked him at the very end, but nah. I haven't finished Sumetsu's either. I don't like
Nah.
Sumetsu.
Dude, I refuse to do his confidant
You got it
on
if
my
you're
first
if
playthrough.
it. Oh, okay. Well,
That's what I'm doing. I'm like making use of my time.
okay. Well, by the next episode that we record, I'm hoping to have beaten Persona 3 and have started 7 Rebirth. So, we'll see. I'll update. I'll update the cast with it next time. Brandon, what have
Yeah.
you been playing, sweetheart?
Stop. I've been playing Overwatch.
You.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I've been playing Overwatch. That game sucks.
Okay.
Nah, new season's great. Patch is iffy.
Uh-huh.
New season great. A lot, really cool. Really neat. Been playing a lot a lot of Wizard 101,
Mm-hmm.
like an unhealthy amount.
Yeah, I know. What was
Oh
the
man.
other day? It was like 6 or 7 hours, dude.
No, I average about 5 a day
That's crazy.
on
That's
average. But
insane.
hey, it's a membership system. I gotta make the most of it.
I think you've made well over it, dude.
If I don't play enough and the membership runs out, it's just a waste of membership.
Okay.
I've been playing a lot of that. Made it to Lemuria. I'm level 152, 54. I just checked. Um, and one other thing. What else did I play? Played played oh, SpongeBob. Played SpongeBob.
Cosmic Shake.
Cosmic Shake. Yes.
Nice.
Played,
Nice. You're like
uh,
what, an hour into that?
2.
2 hours. Nice.
Yeah, really fun. SpongeBob feels slower than Rehydrated. Feels like it moves slower, and the gliding with the pizza box feels like you're actually gliding with the pizza box. It's very heavy and very slow. Um, and you have a lot of control over direction, so it's like a little odd, but but very fun,
Okay.
enjoyable. So that's all I've really been playing.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Um. All right. Then last, I'll mention Borderlands. Been playing Borderlands with Lou
I
and
forgot
Brandon.
about that.
Yeah, Lou and
Me
Brandon
too.
actually. We've been shipping at Borderlands 2 specifically. That movie trailer was definitely a trailer. Uh, Jack Black sounds great as Claptrap. I don't know if you have any opposing feelings towards that, Brandon, but I thought he sounded great as Claptrap.
It's fine. He doesn't sound like Claptrap.
No, he doesn't sound like
He sounds
Claptrap.
like he sounds like Jack Black.
Yeah, but he's encompassing. I feel like he's encompassing the feelings very well. Now we just gotta have a scene where he's having a party by himself and
Yeah, yeah,
crying,
yeah.
and then they'll tie the knot on him. But yeah, Borderlands 2, it's fun. It's pretty mindless, but I'm having a lot of fun. The dialogue is extremely funny at times. I don't know. Have you ever played Borderlands 2, Russ?
I probably have like 1,000 hours in that game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I've beaten it countless times.
We did the side quest where is his name Scooter?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah,
Scooter's the
Scooter.
mechanic.
Scooter wrote a poem to to a lady, and she said be right back, and then she herself.
Unalive yourself for trying to get monetization.
Yeah. Yeah. That was that was crazy. There's a lot of really funny writing in the side content, especially. So I'm having a fun time with it.
Yeah, it's great.
Uh,
The writing is so good. It like all the side quests are so good.
yeah.
Not all of them, but like most of them, 90% of them is really good and really funny writing.
Oh yeah, we did the one where we were doing we were giving we were trying to help out this little town, and there was this misogynistic freak,
It's
Dave.
it's town of
Dave?
Was
Overlook.
Town of
yeah,
Overlook
this
was
was
David,
the
David.
it's the town of Overlook in the Highlands.
And if uh for those that don't know it, you do these like fetch quests for them, and they're trying to make a shield around you said Overlook?
Yeah,
Around Overlook, and we test the shield, or we shoot a missile there, but we aim it at David's house, and as he's talking, we hear him blow up, and then we test it with the shield actually up. So that was really funny. I think that's been my favorite side quest so far. I really like that one. But I've having a good time with Borderlands 2. Persona 3, I already talked about that, so I don't want to go on too long about that. I've been playing a little bit of Overwatch, not too much, just because I've been playing a lot of Persona. But I want to place pretty soon because I feel pretty good this season. with it. So I want to play fairly soon. But I started playing through Final Fantasy VII on my Switch, the original game, to get a refresher on some of the smaller parts that happen throughout the game, because I remember all the big events and how to get around to everything, but some of the smaller things I forgot about because I haven't played it in years. So just get a little refresher on that. It's easy enough. I don't want to get burnt out of the unit of the game or the characters or anything, so I put it on 3 times speed and just breeze through it. So I'm not spending as much time in it, but I'm having a good time. I'm really curious to see what they include or how certain things translate, because every time I go back to 7, I remember how silly of a game Final Fantasy 7 just is in general, and I wonder how it's going to translate, if they're going to do some of the certain things. Like there's a scene where it's one of the first things that happens, so it's not a spoiler. It was in the trailers. They have to infiltrate soldiers, so they put on the soldier costumes, but you see Red 13 also wearing one of them, but he's a dog, so he's trying to stand upright and he's kind of like wobbling, and it's like the polygons are just like, it's so goofy looking, and I'm really curious to see if they're even gonna do that. If they're gonna make it where everyone else infiltrates it, but Red 13 needs to stay behind. So it'll be cool. But that's what I've been playing. Well, we've been playing in general. So let's go ahead and move on to the recent releases. This is a recent releases segment. It's gonna go on for a little bit. There's just a lot of games that came out this past month, so we'll go one by one, see if anyone wants to say anything about any of them. First up, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink released February 1st. Also, the recent releases are going from the last what's come out since the last recording. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink February 1st, Metacritic of 80 and a user of 8.5. So that's fairly close within it. Have you guys seen anything with Grand Blue Fantasy Relink? Because I have, but I don't know if any of you guys have.
I have not.
No,
Okay,
no.
so this game is
I've seen Grand Blue Fantasy. It's fucking massive.
yes,
Massive.
it's huge. Relink's been in development for a very long time and finally released, and it looks visually really good in general. It just looks like a solid game. uh I don't know when I'll play it, but it looks good. People, like you said, it's massive. It's massive. So
It's in that it's in that bubble that I assume none of us really interact or hit on, where it's like it's a huge group of people people who like the Fate Stay Night and like
yeah,
Fate Grand Order
I
series,
was gonna say Fate.
um and the what's it called? It's the one with the ships, the anime women.
Neptunia.
No, it's not Neptunia.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that. I have to
Okay.
think.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Neptunia.
Yeah, stuff like Arknights is also in that list.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like a Zero Lane or something.
Oh, is there? Okay,
I
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's all the ship goals and stuff, and it's in like that bubble, and Genshin's also kind of there.
Yeah,
But
the
it's
Hoyoverse games.
massive. Yeah,
Yeah,
those type of games are massive.
yeah, they're crazy. So that's a new one, except this one is different from the others, where I think this is uh the first attempt at like a one that's what I think most Grand Blue games are. Well, actually, there's a lot of different genres for Grand Blue games. This is, I think, its first like adventure game.
Yeah,
Uh,
they've had a fighting game. They've had a bunch of mobile games.
yeah, the fighting game did really
Um,
well.
had an
Uh,
anime, had a manga.
hmm So that came out February 1st. Next on that, the day after, one that came to a large amount of numbers. Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash released February 2nd with a Metacritic score of 45 and a user of 4.5, so that's exactly aligned with it. Russ, do you have anything to say about that? Because I see you
So that game was my J on my A to Z list, but then I saw the reviews of it and I'm like, I'm not playing it. It's a friend of mine bought it and he said it's not worth the $60 that it is. It
Uh-huh.
plays horribly, and I kind of expected it to because it was made by the same people that made My Heroes One's Justice, and I
Uh-huh.
didn't like those games either. I thought they were very clunky and just not fun. And this one looks to be just as clunky and not fun.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like the character select, there isn't one, and you have to go to options to change your character, which I think is really
Oh,
weird.
I didn't even know that.
And there's also no local multiplayer.
That's
So
so weird.
yeah, I'm not even. I'll get it when it's like $10, but I'm not paying full price for it.
That's crazy. They need to stop making 3D arena fighters for anime
So
games.
I actually saw a post from, I think Bandai posted it, but I don't know where. They said that they canceled a handful of projects because of quality control, and it was right after Jujutsu Kaisen's release.
I
So I think
guarantee.
that game caused it.
Well, I guarantee if JJK hadn't released then, that would have been a game they would have canceled too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Speaking of anime games not getting arena fighters, I don't know if you've heard of it. I'm getting it. Brandon wants to get it. They're making a Demon Slayer party game.
Oh.
I did see that.
It
Yeah.
looks super funny, and I am buying it. It just looks silly. It looks
Is
silly.
that
So
coming out here?
yes, yeah,
No.
I have pre-ordered at GameStop, so I'll get it. I think it comes out June.
Okay.
But that it looks funny. It looks really
Mhm.
really funny. So that comes out. So maybe we'll see. We're getting a Hunter x Hunter fighting game. That's gonna be a 2D
Actually,
fighter. Yeah, Brand. It's gonna be a 2D fighting game. I think it's. I don't know if you remember these games, Russ. It's the same team that made the Naruto Clash of Ninja games on the GameCube.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's
Huh.
that same team is making the Hunter x Hunter.
what
Is
did
that
they do in between that?
Let me check. Naruto Clash of Ninja
is that
Dev.
aiding? I think.
Aiding, yes. Aiding games. Uh Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, that's actually a really fun one.
Brave Blade. That's after. Hold on. Aiding. Okay, here, I got it. So the last game that they released. Oh, they worked on Pikmin 4.
Huh.
Probably as support. Um they worked on Monster Hunter because it's Bandai Namco. The last game that looks like they made with Bandai Namco was a Kamen Rider game. The last Capcom game that they made was Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Probably was as support in that. Uh, DNF Duel was the last game that they worked on, developed with Arc System Works. Oh, so they have some some good stuff under their
That's
belt. They're
that's
pretty
quite a few
steady.
games that I play a lot of.
Yeah, they're pretty steady, Brandon.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that as like a diss to them. I just found it funny because you said, oh, they worked on the GameCube games back in the day. Like
Oh,
that's a big jump. That was
well,
20 years ago.
yeah. Well, the reason why I pointed that one out is because Hunter x Hunter is supposed to be a 2D fighter in that same respect.
Yeah.
In that same respect, I guess the last 2D fighter that they worked on. I mean, I've never seen the Kamen Rider games. I guess the Kamen Rider games could be 2D fighters, but I think the last 2D fighter they worked on was Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah. So, uh, hopefully it's good. I've been watching Hunter x Hunter, so I hope it's good.
I should probably start that.
Uh,
That's been
it,
on my list for a while to
it,
watch now, and I haven't started it yet.
if you do, tell me because oh my god, I need more people to talk about it with.
Okay, to go slightly off topic for a bit, I just
Yeah.
find this funny.
Okay.
One of my favorite things is like wiki pages that give you just little fun statistics. For example, if you go to the Mario Party, if you go to the Mario wiki for the entire Mario Party series, there's actually a graph, and I was talking to Lou about this. There's a graph that shows every character that's ever been playable in a Mario Party game in any way, like controllable in any way,
Mm-hmm.
and what games they were playable in. And I find that fun because it gives you a fun idea of statistics. There's only 4 characters that have been in every single Mario Party game as playable. Um, it's Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi, by the way, if you're curious.
Okay.
Uh, the Naruto Clash of Ninja series has the exact same thing on its wiki page,
Oh,
and
okay.
I find this really funny. I'm sure there's a reasoning for this, but obviously Naruto's been in all of the Clash of Ninja games,
Okay.
and like other characters like Sakura and Kakashi have been in all of them, and Rock Lee has been in all of them. You know who missed one game?
Was it Sasuke?
Sasuke
Yeah.
missed a game.
Yeah. It was probably the
I was
third
like,
one, right?
it was EX.
EX.
Whatever EX means.
Okay.
He was in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he wasn't in EX, and then he
Oh,
was in all the other ones.
that's so
I think
weird.
EX is the first Wii game, Wii Clash of Ninja.
I can find it. Yeah, it's on the Wii. It was only in Japan.
I think
Oh.
I have it. I imported all of the Clash of Ninja games that weren't here.
Oh, really?
Hmm
Okay. Cool. So,
So
is it safe to say that you'll get the Hunter x Hunter game when that comes out?
probably.
Okay.
I like anime fighting games.
Okay, cool. What were you saying, Brand?
Yeah, it's I just want to mention that because that seemed really funny in my head because I assumed that like out of everyone, he would be the one in every single game also.
And
It's just funny that like Rock Lee is in all the games, and
yeah,
Sasuke isn't.
but Sasuke's missing in one. So, all right.
Yeah.
Back to the releases. Also the same day as JJK is Persona 3 Reload. Metacritic of 88, user 8.5. I think we've talked about it enough. So if you guys have any doubts about it, you guys should totally get Persona 3 Reload. Suicide Kill the Justice League. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Also released that day. So 3 games came out on the same day. That one got a Metacritic score of 60 and a user of 3.5. I think the user score is overkill on it. I haven't played it myself though, so I can't say that as a fact. I just know from everything that I have heard from people is that the user score is overkill and the Metacritic score is closer to where it should be, but I also think I heard 60 is a little too low. I hear it's around 7. I looked at a lot of stuff about it. The biggest mistake was making this in the Arkham universe. This should not have been an Arkham universe game with how they handled a lot of the stuff in it.
Didn't
Or
they make it kind of mobile-y, like mobile game-ish?
it's a live service, so there's just a lot of live service elements in it. What I saw someone do the proposition where they should have just done this. They should have made it a Batman game. They should have just made a Batman game with the same premise, except it's not Kill the Justice League. It's I don't know, just heal them. I don't know, or like they can still have the same premise with Brainiac and stuff, but they don't need to kill them. Because you build this whole universe with Batman, and then you tear that universe apart with just one game. Did you play the Arkham games, Russ?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This game basically tears that universe apart. It's
I was interested in it when it was first announced, but after seeing a lot of it, I just don't care.
yeah. So it's a game that I will probably pick it up when it's like $10.
Yeah.
Similarly to another game that I just bought, which you saw earlier. I'll have Marissa put a picture of it on screen through editing. But I picked this bad boy up today. I got it was Gotham Knights, collector's edition. So every few years, GameStop does this thing where they have to convert new games to pre-owned when they just don't sell the games. It happens after a while because they did too much, so they'll just move it to pre-owned as a to try and make a little, not even profit, but like so that they don't lose as much money, right? I don't. I eventually did that. Gotham Knights is one of the games that got moved. We had a collector's edition. I paid $17 and got the collector's edition. So
That's a good deal.
yeah, so I've been describing it. I got a cool statue with the free game. So I'll have Marissa put up a picture and editing of what the collector's edition looks like. But I just picked that up. I'll probably get Suicide Squad. Excuse me. I'll probably get
I
Suicide
forget
Squad.
Mr. edits these. Hi, Mr.
Yeah. I'll probably get Suicide Squad when it's cheaper. I did get a comic. This is a prequel comic. It's actually pretty cool. It's a pre-order bonus. We get so many of these that we didn't know what else to do with them, so I took one home. It's just a prequel comic to the game. It's actually really cool that they have a comic has a pre-order bonus. But so eventually it'll happen. Just a few days after Suicide Squad, taking the world by a fart is Foam Stars. February 6th, Metacritic of 59, a user of 7.0, which is way higher than I thought it would be. I have heard nothing good about Foam Stars.
I've heard like nothing about it other than when it was announced.
Has anyone heard anything else about Foam Stars since its release?
I think I saw this on Twitter where it's like one bundle in the game is like $46.
Yeah, the cosmetics. You think Overwatch is crazy? Look at Foam Stars cosmetics. It was like over $40.
Some of the Overwatch is fair though. They have like some cool skins, like really good skins that like they wouldn't make money off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have they have a bunch of cool skins and 14 variants of Reinhardt's Blackheart skin.
Hey. Whoa,
That color differently.
Whoa. Rose Heart is okay, buddy. We're talking
No,
about
it's all great, but it's just funny. Any variant that you want, all $20 each.
Yeah.
I don't think recolors should be charged actual money.
Yeah.
Especially for a skin you get for free,
Yeah.
By just playing the game.
In the perfect world, there would just be the mythic system attached to them, and then they would be cheaper. So you just click customize.
I like that idea. I never thought about that. That is really smart, but that doesn't
They
make
won't do
money.
it.
That doesn't make money.
No,
right?
it does not make money. You could sell it for $5 a piece, and you probably sell more of them, but you would devalue your mythic skins by doing that also.
Exactly. But on the other side, what doesn't also make money is pricing your bundles at $46. Also, it's supposed to be a paid game. You get it for free this month with PS Plus, but after this month, you're paying for Foam Stars. After the month is up, it's not a
Whether
free to play
you like
game.
it or not, we're gonna be at your door. You're gonna be paying for this game.
Exactly.
Is it free for a limited time? I thought it was just free.
No, it's only free for the month for PS Plus. It's the PS Plus game for the month.
So they buy it afterwards?
Yeah, so anyone that wants to play Foam Stars will have to buy it later and spend $40 on cosmetics.
So the people who bought cosmetics would just have to spend the other 60 to play the game.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So it's honestly insane. Yeah, but that's Foam Stars. A game that is actually taking the world by storm is Helldivers 2. That released 2 days later, February 8th. Metacritic of 82 and a user of 8.3. I have a lot of friends that are getting into this. I am buying the game next week, but I'm technically getting it for free. I have a PlayStation credit card, and the plane tickets I just bought, Russ, are giving me enough to go. Which you're next, buddy. You got you're next on that. But we're going so I'm getting enough to just get Helldivers. So I'll be buying that next week as soon as I get the points from the ticket purchase. Have you guys seen anything from Helldivers?
I see it on TikTok like all the time now.
Okay.
It became like the new Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay. Is it making you want to get it?
Very much so,
Yeah.
yes. I probably will.
All right, cool. Do you have people that are also interested in it?
Yeah, my friend that got me into Baldur's Gate also wants this one, so I'll probably get it with him and play it.
Okay, cool. That's really cool. Lou, were you saying something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like interested in it because it looked fun. I like games like that. It's not like it's like just PvE, just that. and I always kind of like those games.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it, but I really want to play it.
It's
I
so. Go ahead, Brent.
no, I don't know when I'll get the chance to, but I do really want to play it.
Yeah, it's so weird to me because this is a case where Sony did not market this game well. It looked really generic in all of its trailers. Like Brandon, we talked about it when was it even
Mhm.
that last state of play, it did
Yeah,
not look good. But
yeah.
everything I'm seeing about it just it looks good. It sounds fun. So
Has this series ever been marketed well? Like, I haven't heard of Helldivers 1. I don't know if that's just me or if that's like a common thing.
I
I
think
don't.
Helldivers 1 was a lot smaller in scale. It was like a top down action game.
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
I hadn't heard of it.
on the
I didn't know if that was just me or not.
PSP, I think.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was on PSP or PS Vita. It was one of those two. It was a top down action game, and uh, they went in on Helldivers. It's still Sony's IP though. It is Sony's IP. So who knows? They might buy the Helldivers devs. Um, they did it with when House Mark, I think, is the company name that they bought. Returnal. They did with Returnal. Housemark, I think, made that game. They bought it as after they made Returnal, so maybe they'll do the same here. But Helldivers 2 looks good, and I do want to play it. And Brandon, if you can play it, that'd be really fun too.
I don't know when I'll be able to buy like anything. Persona 3 is more important to me
Mm-hmm.
right now. But I mean, if I get to it in time, then maybe. And like also the ultimate bundle for Overwatch is tempting, but I think I probably value Persona 3 over that.
Okay, you really want to play
Um,
Persona 3?
yeah, Persona 3 is like the biggest thing in my mind. I have a bunch of games I need to play. I'm gonna try to get through SpongeBob as fast as possible, like while still like enjoying the game. I'm not gonna speedrun it.
Yeah. Are you
But
are
I
you,
don't think I'm gonna force myself to platinum it like I would normally with games like SpongeBob.
okay? Are you gonna start getting back into playing more single player games now?
Yeah, I want to try to. I don't know in what order. Just when games, I guess, like speak to me almost when I want to play them.
Okay.
Um,
I was actually
yeah,
shocked. I was actually shocked that you started SpongeBob last night.
yeah. You mentioned that. I was like, yeah, I'll play SpongeBob, and then yeah. Once I finish that, I'll probably honestly, once I finish that, I'll probably go dig up my copy of one of my copies of Persona 5, um, to scratch the Persona itch,
Okay.
um, and maybe platinum one of them.
Okay. Where's Rebirth in your mind?
Oh Lord, I don't know. It depends on it depends two very different places depending on how they handle that game. Because I I've told you multiple times
Yeah.
if that game goes the wrong way, I'm not playing
Are
it.
are you looking at are you gonna look it up when it comes out?
I'm 50-50. I'm tempted to.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't tell me if you look it up because I'm waiting. I'm gonna just go through that spoiler free. So
yeah,
oh
no,
okay.
I'm not gonna tell you, but like it might have sounded like a joke at the time, but I am not joking. If Tifa dies in this fucking game, I'm not playing it. I am not playing it.
Okay. All
Until
right.
they fix that shit, I'm not playing it.
Okay. All right. Oh man. Okay. All right. We'll see then. Next game, completely different tone from Helldivers, is Mario vs. Donkey Kong. That came out February 16th with a Metacritic score of 76 and a user of 7.4. I think I want this game, but one day. It's not on a priority list. Anyone else?
Same with me.
Oh,
I want to play it at some point, but I'm not in a rush to play it.
Okay.
I I would kind of want to play one of the GBA ones, or the I think the one DS one they would release before the newer one,
Well,
just because I can emulate those.
this is a remake of the GBA one.
It, you can emulate the GPA with
Yeah,
Russ and
yeah,
run
yeah.
it. That's what I mean. It's like
Okay.
I haven't played one of these before.
Okay. The DS one. Well, this is the only one of its kind. The other ones changed to, um, like you guide the
You help
minis.
anymore? Yeah.
Yeah, with this one you're trying to figure out how to collect the minis. They change in the DS ones. You're like making the rails to like guide them to the goal. I didn't like those at all. I thought those were really bad.
I
Um,
assume those all just like the same base,
no, this one's different from the others.
like a Mario Luigi type stuff.
No, they kind of framed it that way, but no, it's
Not in terms of like same genre. I mean
no,
like the
yeah,
sense that like they stay the similar.
all the Marvel's Donkey Kong games from the Game Boy and the DS are the same style.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they definitely framed it that way, but it's not. All of the DS and 3DS ones are the same style, but the GBA one is different.
Mhm.
Um, Same day as Marvel's Donkey Kong, the first quadruple A game, as described by Ubisoft, as described by Ubisoft, the first quadruple A game is Skull and Bones. Metacritic of 63 and a user of 3.6. I'm sorry, Russ. I know it looked interesting to you.
Yeah.
It's apparently bad. You just play the ship. You don't play as anything else. And boarding other ships is played in the cutscene, and your ship has stamina.
Yeah, I was watching. I've been really into like watching people platinum games lately. And,
Oh, okay.
this one guy I started to watch platinum the day it came out, and I'm watching. I'm like, this doesn't look fun at all. And it's sad because I love like pirate stuff and ship nautical stuff, but then it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Maybe another game that you can get when it's really cheap. Maybe when it's really cheap,
Yeah.
it'll be more appealing. But I think $70 is what it is. So
I'll probably buy it when it gets really cheap.
yeah. Ubisoft was really trying to sell this to their investors. They called it the first quadruple A game, um, because of the contract that they had with the Singapore government, I believe, where they had to release it because they borrowed money from the government. They borrowed money from the country to
What?
make the game.
Why from Singapore?
I don't know. I don't. Well, Ubisoft is a Canadian or is it French?
French.
It's
French.
French.
Canadian or
French
French?
Canadian.
French Canadian.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But yeah, let me tell you, this game I on Twitter, like this is maybe the biggest collection of weirdos I've seen on Twitter for a game.
Oh,
I
really?
Yeah, no, I saw like I saw something short trending. I think I saw Assassin's Creed trending. I'm like, why is Assassin's Creed trending? And there was like there's this one dude on Twitter whose entire life was dedicated to posting about Assassin's Creed Black Flag and how it's way better than Skull and Bones. And he posted a video. It's like, oh, here's the like like facial animations comparing both the games. And one of the clips from Skull and Bones was honestly kind of better than
Oh,
Assassin's Creed from like 2012 or something.
uh-huh.
It but Twitter was crazy. I have not seen this much like of a vendetta against a game since Last of Us 2.
That's
Like
crazy.
it,
Um,
people have like it looks like this game killed people's families. It's wild.
well, it's not good. But
No.
also, it getting 63, I think, is better than it probably should have
62?
hoped for. Oh, it's a 62 now? Did it lower since I checked this morning?
No, I just say it's better than 62.
Oh, okay, it's better than 62.
Let me check. Hold on, maybe it did.
It's better than it scored better than Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad
Oh, well, that's a win.
scored a 60. So, hey,
64.
oh, it went
You
up.
see? It's on its way up.
That's on its way up. We'll see.
Uh,
Yeah. So there's
yeah,
there's Skull and Bones.
shout outs to Keen Gamer for giving a 79 and helping out the average.
Let's go. Next game, 2 shadow drops back to back. September, February 21st. Nintendo Partner Showcase, Penny's Big Breakaway. I do really, really want to play this game. Penny's
I
Big
do too.
Breakaway. I really want to play. Team that made Sonic Mania. Not making Sonic Mania 2, so make a 3D platformer that's not Sonic, but takes a lot of that takes a lot of inspiration from Sonic.
Yeah, that's I didn't know it was actually the Mania team, and I was about to make a comment. I'm like, man, this looks like visually this game looks like what's it called? Like Casino Nights or something zone from Sonic 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think like visually it has that style. I'm like, huh, this looks really cool.
No, they definitely wanted to make a 3D Sonic game. You can tell that they wanted to make one, and Sega didn't want them to, I guess. So they made Penny's Big Breakaway, and uh, it's apparently doing pretty well. So I do want to play that. If I hadn't already committed to Helldivers, I probably would have used my credit for Pennies. But that came out. It is on all consoles. It was shadow dropped at the partner showcase, but it is on all consoles. Uh, Not on all consoles. With the other shadow drop, Pocket Card Jockey, which is combining horse racing with solitaire, which is a very strange combo, a very niche combo, but I hear is extremely fun. Made by Game Freak. It was stuck on this game specifically was stuck on Apple Arcade, I think.
Mm.
But
I played it for a little bit on Apple Arcade and I liked it, but it wasn't enough to hook me.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell from the trailers. It looks like this was like a handheld only game on Switch.
Oh, really?
Just in the trailer, I didn't see like any UI. It just looked like it was all touchscreen stuff.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know
Okay.
if that's the case though. That's just what it looked like in the trailer to me.
Yeah, if that is the case, that's a very interesting design decision, but also, I guess that kind of makes sense. It was on Apple Arcade,
Mm.
but it's good that it's not stuck on Apple Arcade now. If they could do the same with Sonic Dream Team, Sega, please, I'd appreciate that game not on Apple Arcade. But last release to finish off the segment came out yesterday. Will probably be a contender at the end of the year for best DLC of the year. Splatoon Side Order, roguelike DLC. So that came out yesterday. Lou beat it already. Lou played it for like 7 hours straight, I
It wasn't
think.
7 hours straight. It wasn't. Well,
What?
okay.
Six and a half.
I played like six. Well, total playtime I did. It was like I played like I think 5 when it came. Not 5 or 4 when it came out. I didn't get off until like was it like 12? So that's kind of like 8 hours.
Oh, God, so more than 7 hours.
Yeah. Kind of. But I'm surprised I played that much because the roguelike type of thing is kind of short. So I don't know how long exactly I've been playing, but
But
it takes a short time to beat or a long time depending on how good you are or how smart you are with your decisions.
okay. Without spoiling it,
Uh-huh.
what would you how would you describe your enjoyment of the DLC? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think they should have done something else? How would you compare it to Octo expansion with how good it
Compared to
is?
So I wouldn't compare this to I don't know how to explain it.
No, not
'Cause
not in genre because it is a complete different type of DLC. Did you enjoy
yeah.
this? Like, did you enjoy this as much as Octo expansion, or do you think you would have enjoyed it more if it was just like a traditional set of levels like Octo expansion?
Um, well, I wouldn't say because like the DLC's Octo expansion is kind of different from this,
Hmm.
in a way, because uh, it's like you go in with one gun, and the only way you can change it is by either beating the tower or dying and going back and choosing.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see. Man, it's kind of hard to explain, but uh, I do say it's fun for being its own thing. It does have a lot of replayability, especially want to try to 100% it by getting all the uh like all the gear you get from completing the tower. Um, I definitely think uh it uh it should have been like a full story to complete it.
Okay.
But like once you complete it, it's like, oh, that's it, and then you like more lore after like doing more towers and stuff like that. So it's like I wish it had been like you beat one boss and then more floors get added each time you beat a boss. It's like you just keep climbing, but you're
Okay.
starting.
So, I can't hear you very well. Do you get more lore after you've beaten it, or is it just replaying the tower after you've beaten it?
You do get more lore after after beating it. It's just that you just gotta constantly beat it because yeah, you'll like saying more. I don't know how to like avoid spoilers. I don't know what is considered a spoiler,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, well, in the trailers they show you like a palette where you put color chips in.
Yeah.
There's like multiple of those,
Oh,
and each of
okay.
those palettes have their own weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you complete the tower, uh, you get these things called you get keys, and you put these keys into lockers, and in those lockers are like little lore bits from like after the final platforms of Splatoon 2 uh to before like Splatoon 3,
Cool.
but from what I've seen.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, I bought it yesterday. Pro tip for anyone that has a pro account at GameStop: all digital currency is discounted. That includes digital games. So if you get any DLC or yeah, any Nintendo DLC, you get a small discount. I think I paid $23 instead of 25, which I mean isn't a huge discount, but that's two more bucks in my pocket. So,
Is it
um,
$25 for DLC?
yeah, because you have to pay for both. You can't just get side order.
Well, I know that, but I thought it was like 20.
No, it's 25.
Oh.
But that yeah, so that applies for any game that includes Microsoft and PlayStation. Uh, it's like an online deal, but you can also get it in store. So if anyone has Pro account, it is convenient if you have a GameStop nearby, or if you just do it through the website. Um, because that's how I ended up getting side order. All right, cool. We got through our recent releases segment. I like how we talked about it this time. I really really liked how we talked about it. We got some good releases this month. So all right, now what we had talked about at the very beginning, we are going to talk about PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo's 2024 status. Which what it means is how are they set up? Are they looking good? Are they looking bad? Do we have any thoughts of what might happen? That's what we'll talk about now. And then afterwards, we're gonna each uh, try and rank how set up they are for 2024 leading into 2025 and see it. And I think oh, we can talk about it eventually, Brandon or everyone else here. I think it'd be fun to revisit this at the beginning of next year or at the end of this year, and see it, like how it did turn out. But uh, let's talk about PlayStation first. I have PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo in that order. So let's talk about PlayStation first. I have some notes for us to talk about. We can talk about more stuff with it, obviously, something that I missed or anything. First thing I have is they confirmed in I think it was in an investors meeting that there will be no significant first party games until next fiscal year. I think their fiscal year I think fiscal years are typically March through March, uh, or April for PlayStation, but that includes obviously we wouldn't get Spider-Man 3. It's way too soon, but that includes like Spider-Man, that includes anything in God of War, that includes Ghost of Tsushima. That would have probably been more likely because that's already been 4 years. That includes anything Naughty Dog. Like there's no significant first-party games. Uh, I think they specifically mentioned existing IP. But I think that that mention of it was just to get around the fact that there probably, if any first party game comes out, this year, it'll probably be um a live service game because they were doing that live service push for a bit. So, do you guys? What do you guys think of that? Do you guys what do you guys think about no first party games from PlayStation?
It's wacky.
Is it
Oh yeah.
wacky?
Oh yeah. I'll say it's kind of an interesting choice to do so. It's definitely like like you said, I think we said you ranking them already, right?
No, we're not ranking them yet, but we'll
Yeah.
after we're done talking about it, we'll
Mhm.
rank them.
Okay. I think it's funny
That they're not
because
doing it. Yeah.
it's not them doing it because I mean I feel like first party games is like what would make a console decision.
Mm-hmm.
So someone who doesn't have it's like, oh, they're not releasing any games. Like, oh, I guess they just do anything, something else, you know?
Yeah.
I guess they do have enough to know the games are ready, so it wouldn't really matter. But I feel like it's just funny and wacky just to like not release any first party games.
Mm-hmm. Were you gonna say something, Russ?
It was basically said what I was gonna say. It's weird to me. I don't know if they have some kind of a foresight that we don't, that why they're not doing it, but I don't know. I think it's weird not to release any. Like maybe
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna trash them for this because I trashed Xbox for it in 2020, I think, or 2021. There was a, or 2020, I don't know. There was a year Microsoft did not release any first party games for the Xbox. And people trashed them hard, and including me. I was really I was trashing them for it because why would you not do that? And I'm gonna trash Sony too. Why are you not releasing any first party games? What is wrong with you? It's crazy. Um, my second bullet point is they'll be carried by third party, mostly multi-plat. They do have a few exclusives, which thankfully they do have a few exclusives, and those exclusives do look good. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out soon. That's a console exclusive. I don't think it's even going to PC until next year at the earliest. And then Stellar Blade, which I think looks good. Brandon thought it was a bit generic, but I thought it looked really good. But out of the top of my head, I can't think of anything else that they have exclusive coming out this year.
Why put me in there? Why put me in the line of fire for the Stellar Blade fans? I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, but here's your opportunity to defend yourself.
It's
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I thought I had to mention it first before you cut in and said I thought it looked generic.
No,
because I mentioned that it looked really good.
yeah, it looks really good. Let me tell you, the character designers went off. They did really good. The modeling team are incredible.
Yeah,
The environments and everything looks great.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be a fun game. Very excited.
Did you read the interview that the designer said about the characters?
Yeah, I sure did. I sure did.
That they really focus. They really, so Russ, if you didn't know, the designer said that they focused on their backs because that is what the players look. That is what the player is looking at for most of the game. So
I mean, it makes sense.
yeah. So they
This game is this game is off the fucking rails. You know, it got an adult-only rating in Korea for nudity and violence.
Uh-huh. They got it.
They got adult only in Korea. I don't know if they went back and changed it and put it back through this, because I know movies will do that. If movies will put it back through like cutting and editing to try to get the rating down. I don't know if they did that, but they ahead of the launch, it was reported February 14th that it gets a adults only rating in Korea for nudity and violence. So yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's Stellar Blade and Final Fantasy, and that's coming out in 2 months. I can't. I was talking to Brandon earlier. I can't think of any other exclusive game that they have this year. I don't know if anyone else can right now off the top of their heads. I'm sure. I'm sure if I googled it, but I don't want to waste time. It's kind of frustrating. And
I'll
before,
find something.
okay, Brandon. While I'm talking about it, and while people might get, if anyone watching gets upset about me trashing it, I mean, I love my PS5. I love my PS5. I just beat Spider-Man 2. I'm playing Persona 3 on it. It's not that I hate it. I'm mad because of how much I like PlayStation and their games. That's why I'm mad, because it's so weird to me that they're just not releasing it. Especially because I love God of War, I love Last of Us, I love Spider-Man, and you're not. It's been 4 years since Ghost of Tsushima came out. You can't give me like how like these, and that's indicative of the industry right now. How long these games are taking to make is, it's not an easy thing, but it's like these death cycles like are getting incredibly long, incredibly long. So there's that.
Rise of the Ronin.
Oh yeah, that's coming out.
Yeah, there's one. Um, listen, it's not a long list.
Yeah, I know. So Rise of the Ronin, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Stellar Blade. That's what I've got. That's three. That is third party. All seem like competent games. So uh or more than competent games, with Rebirth getting a 93. Um so there are analysts that are predicting, based off of hints and their insiders, that a PS5 Pro will come out near the end of the year.
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. I don't know why we need a PS5 Pro. Uh, it feels like we haven't tapped into the potential of the PS5s in general. Um, Especially with companies still releasing PS4 games. Uh,
You
so
want to know another like concerning thing?
what's up?
Um, I might be wrong on this, but what do you know any PSVR 2 games that have a release date right now?
No, but something that is, and I've said this before, that the one thing stopping me from getting a PSVR 2 is that it's not compatible to PC. They just did a blog post today saying that they're planning on putting PC compatibility later this year.
I'm glad that
Uh,
that's the one. I'm very happy that that's the one thing stopping you and not the $600.
because I've always wanted a really good VR headset. But now, because before, the one thing, if I was gonna get any headset, it was probably gonna be the VR2 because the tech inside it is so good. But there's no games, so I didn't get that.
Do you? I mean, like, if it can, I mean, do you need a good VR headset right now? I mean,
No, I
who
was
takes
just about to
advantage
say,
of it?
I was just about to say, I got the Quest 2 for Christmas. I have no intention of getting a VR2 anymore now because I have the Quest 2. If I didn't have the Quest 2, I would have gone the VR2. And that's just because of like certain like features, like certain things that like Half-Life Alyx does with some of the things, or uh it's very minor, but like Help Wanted 2 with the Fortunes has that thing that it's like a mini game specifically with your eyes. Um
Yeah, I
there's a
don't.
PSVR game that's really, really cool. It does not justify $600, but if I had an extra $600, I'd get it. It's a game that your environment changes every time you blink. Like
You're
every,
in
I remember that.
that's yeah, it's been out. It's on Steam.
yeah, every time you blink. I'm not gonna spend $600 for that, or another headset that can keep track of your eyes, because the Quest doesn't do that. Um, but I still can't justify it. But
The- yeah,
it's there's no. You're right. There are no VR2 games coming out.
yeah. I couldn't. I looked it up and in the short research that I just did, I couldn't actually find anything immediately that was a PSVR 2 game. That a game on PSVR 2 that has a release date right now, not just a PSVR 2 game, but
Hmm.
anything like that. I found games that don't have
Excuse me.
release dates. There's a bunch of games.
Yeah.
Um, Also the Help Wanted 2 eye tracking thing is it's sort of just like a tech demo. It's not even like
No, yeah, no,
it
it's
doesn't even
not.
do anything.
Yeah, it's not anything like crazy, but it's just like that's another something that it is really cool. Like if I had the extra $600, I'd totally do it. I don't have an extra $600, and I can't justify it even more now that I have a Quest 2. But it's just strange. Another thing, a little bit more positive note aside from VR. Helldivers 2 was very successful, so it's not like it's not doom and gloom. Obviously, PlayStation as a like Sony is division, PlayStation division is doing very well. It's just there are very frustrating decisions being made. Uh, Along with at the same conference or at the same like meeting where they talked about no significant first party games. I forgot to add this bullet point. They have stated that the PS5 has entered its second half of its life cycle. And that is extremely frustrating because this generation feels really pointless. It feels really, really pointless. Like they still haven't given up last generation. So and you're telling me that the PS5's already in its second half?
It's super weird to me. I mean, I feel like the PS5 isn't like fully out yet.
Yeah,
I haven't felt like that since it's been out, that it just feels like it's, I don't want to say it's like a demo unit or something, but that's what it feels like. Everything gets released multi-platform on PS4 and PS5 still. It's
yeah.
just weird.
It is like I'm saying, they have not tapped into its full potential. It's so strange to me. And I guess there's diminishing returns now. Obviously, like a lot of games can be adapted to PS4. It's very tempting for companies to not want to leave the PS4 behind with how much is sold. But at some point, you gotta do it because if you keep releasing games on PS4, if you're in the second half of your life cycle, if the PS6 releases in 3.5 or 4 years, and all your exclusive games are releasing in the last half of the PS5, but they're also going to release at the start of the PS6, you're just repeating the thing. Why would people not just buy a PS5 at the end of its life cycle if you've already conditioned people to think that you're going to be supporting that last generation throughout the whole next generation's life? And it's like it's this is probably the most frustrating generation to me with it, because you can see it, like even it's not even Microsoft's decision, but even with Xbox, you see more games stay Series X only or Series X and S only than Xbox One versions. And that's partially due because the Xbox One is weaker than the PS4. There's no getting around that, but at least they know when to give up or when to stop or when to just make it only like the current generation. Like I you can excuse it the first year, maybe even the first year and a half. We're going on its third year. Released November 2020, November 2021, November 2022, November 2023. We're on its third year. Why? It's crazy to me. So
I mean, at this point, the PS5 just feels like a powerful PS4.
Mm-hmm. So what's the PS5 Pro going to feel like? So it's just pointless to me. So before we move on to Xbox, do you guys have any predictions specifically for PlayStation? Because they said that there's no significant first party games. We'll probably get a PlayStation showcase in June. They'll probably detail more live service games. That's what I'm thinking, and I'm sure it'll be exciting. I'm sure PlayStation will have a good year with revenue coming in, but it's very disappointing in terms of excitement for me personally. No.
Okay, just
no. No one's got anything. All right, let's move on to Xbox then. We have a hard shift from no first party games to 4 first party games. Xbox Dev Direct showed 4 first party games coming this year. One's Ara, I forgot the subtitle of it. It's basically a Civ clone. I don't know if it's the same devs that made Civ. I don't know if they own them. I don't think they do. I don't know, but it's very Sims, Civ, it's that type of game. Avowed, that is scheduled for this year. Hellblade 2, that is releasing in May, I believe. And Indiana Jones, that's also scheduled for this year. It is very possible, very, very possible, that Avowed or Indiana Jones or both get delayed. But we know about their first party games that are slated to be this year, with the first one coming out in May. Game Pass will be adding Activision games this year. I think they specifically mentioned all the Call of Duties, but they are beginning with Diablo 4 next month. I think I forgot what the release date was. Next month. They're beginning with Diablo 4. They announced that 4 games are going multiplat, which hurt some fans way more than it should have. There was a lot of discussion. There were some people going insane on Twitter, like way more insane that they should have. 4 games going multiplat: Grounded, Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, and Hi-Fi Rush. And then last bullet point I have is not good, is that Game Pass sales seem to have stagnated. They told us the Game Pass numbers, I think 36 million, 34 million, somewhere around there, but that includes the people that were Xbox Live Gold that got transitioned to Xbox Core. I feel like there were very few people that were still a part of Xbox Live Gold. I feel like most were on Game Pass Ultimate already. That's what I have listed down. Let's start off with the 4 first party games. Anyone have anything to say about either Ara, Avowed, Hellblade, or Indiana Jones?
I'll say this about Indiana Jones. I think the first game I remember actually ever playing was Lego Indiana Jones on the Xbox 360.
Uh-huh.
So like I kind of have that thing with Indiana Jones, like I somewhat kind of grew up with them, but only the Lego version.
Okay.
So I like the idea of an Indiana Jones game.
Okay. Cool.
And I remember mentioning this when it first came out, is that it's kind of weird that it's not like third person, but you
Mhm.
said the studio that's making it, it's mostly a first person thing.
Yeah, I think they've made 1 third person game, but that was before they were bought by Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. So I think I would have liked it more if it were third person, but I think the first person is a new type of thing. I'll be glad to like just try it out and see how it feels.
Okay. Yeah, it looked good. Indiana Jones looked good from what I saw. I don't know, Russ, did you watch the developer direct?
No, but I did see the Indiana Jones stuff.
Okay.
I thought it looked interesting.
Yeah, it looks good. Did any of you watch anything about Avowed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Obsidian is making that. They made the Outer Worlds, Fallout, New Vegas. I think those are, and they made Grounded. So they're making Avowed. That looks really interesting. Hellblade 2, I never played the first one, but I hear that Hellblade is pretty good. So, but they have
I forgot that was an Xbox exclusive.
yeah. And they have their first party games listed, so that's good. And they have the fact that they're adding the Activision games to Game Pass.
Are they just adding the Activision games, or is it like the EA thing where you have to have the EA pass?
They're just adding it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're just adding it. What do you guys think about the 4 games going multiplat? Do you think it's a good thing for them? Do you think it's a bad thing? Because I saw 2 different viewpoints, and I can see where both are coming from. But, I know where I side on it.
I'll definitely say this. It's actually I like the fact that they are going multi-plat,
Okay.
especially like Hi-Fi Rush, Grounded, and Sea of Thieves, because um the only way to play, I think, what was it? The only other way to play those games was through PC,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean people could afford one. So the fact that Ground's going to Switch, which is amazing, uh, I think it's definitely like a game you could take on the go and play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. I think it's cool. Hi-Fi Rush is also cool. I enjoyed that a lot. and Sea of Thieves. I can't wait to see. Oh, and I can't wait to see. I I think since it's going to PlayStation, I don't know about other consoles, but I know it's going to PlayStation. I can't wait to see how they react to it,
Okay.
because like it's a really fun game, and if they enjoy it, and it's cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's it. That's my stuff.
Anything you wanted to add, Russ?
I I like the idea of them going multiplayer just so that it gets more exposure to the games. I've never been a big fan of console exclusivity to begin with. I kind of feel like they should be released on all of them, and it should just be a choice of what console you want to play, and it shouldn't be a limiting factor of what games you get to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I do get it that they have to have them for selling purposes. But I think it's good. Like, I don't know. I kind of think it would be better to have timed exclusives over like just straight up exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
But like these four, I think are good ones to start with. Too, just going multiplex. They're not like huge games or anything. They're not like Xbox's number one. I think it would be a little weird to see Halo come to multi-platform.
Yeah.
But these are like small enough to where it's good that they're all really well. I've only played two of them. They're good games, and the more people get to experience them who don't have an Xbox or a PC. And like Lou said, it's expensive to play on PC. So
Yeah. Uh, Brand, do you have anything you want to say before I added my input?
I sure hope Hellblade is the second coming of Elden Ring, because they have shown me that game at every opportunity.
Oh, okay. All right. So for me, with the ones that are going to other consoles, uh, I think it makes very, very good sense. It makes a lot of sense. Grounded, Sea of Thieves, live service games. Why not just make it multi-platform? You will just make more money as a live service. The goal of a live service game isn't really to get people to buy the console, it's more to get as many players so that they can play the game. And Grounded doesn't have microtransactions, but so I guess you can argue that it's not a live service. I guess it's a multiplayer survival game, so I guess Grounded isn't technically a live service, but it's still a game that I don't think is the type of game that you want to make exclusive in the first place. Sea of Thieves is definitely not a game that you want to make exclusive in the first place. That one does have microtransactions, and that one you can easily just get a bunch of people. Like you see these campaigns that people are making on TikTok or Twitter about getting Helldivers on Xbox, which won't happen, but about getting Helldivers on Xbox because they want more people to play with as backup and stuff. And why not get more pirates out in the sea to spend more money on the game and play together? Pentiment is an extremely small game that, uh, not to devalue the effort that they made, they worked very hard on it, but it is a much smaller scale game that I hear is extremely good that unfortunately did not sell that well because it's an Xbox game, and Xbox, it takes time to get that audience that wants those smaller games, similarly to Hi-Fi Rush. But it takes a while to get that audience. So why not? And I think Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment are in the same boat. Why not give more people the opportunity to play it? If you ever re-explore those games, maybe probably not Pentiment 2. I haven't played Pentiment, but I hear that Pentiment is pretty self-contained. But if you ever make a sequel to Hi-Fi Rush, why not make the sequel a timed exclusive again? Or just exclusive in general. Like, oh yeah, you guys got to play Hi-Fi Rush. We have it on PC, so maybe you can play it on PC. Or get this Xbox in 5 years when we have like $100 Xbox that can only play off the cloud or something, because the landscape is going to change in gaming. But why not invest in our ecosystem next and play Hi-Fi Rush 2 with us? Or if they want to make it time exclusive again, you can play Hi-Fi Rush 2. If you can play Hi-Fi Rush 2 a year or 2 years early with us, and then maybe you can play it on your console, but you gotta wait 2 years and you're already invested in the gameplay and stuff, right? So It's just smart. And like you were saying, Russ, having Halo go, that's a little strange. I still don't think it's a completely terrible decision because it's more revenue, but that is still a strange decision if you give up too many of like your recognizable first party games, you are starting to lose a sense of identity. Um, like same with Starfield, or maybe Starfield could have been a time exclusive. They did say that they're not completely discounting Starfield and Indiana Jones going multiplat, but they don't have any intent on doing so yet. Um, but I think this is a good decision overall, and people overreacted very there was a very much of an overreaction on Twitter. If you guys saw it. Uh, so I think it's good. I think Xbox is set to be steady this year. Uh, I think their biggest challenge is going to try to get more people to invest in their ecosystem with Game Pass and Xbox because the Game Pass sales are stagnated right now. I don't know. I don't know what else you do to try and get more people to get Game Pass.
And the only thing I could really think that would help would be put better games on there. I mean, I already think the Game Pass library is pretty good.
Yeah.
There's quite a few games on there, like especially stuff like Starfield. I
Yeah.
wanted to play that, and that being just available for Game Pass is super nice.
Yeah. Hi-Fi Rush. That's where I play Hi-Fi Rush. So like I'm already subscribed to Game Pass. I'll stay subscribed for a bit. So that's what it is. Any final thoughts on Xbox before we go to Nintendo? This is the last one. All right.
Nope.
Cool. All right, let's just go on to Nintendo then. So we did the partner showcase. I am just gonna list all of the games. Or actually, I'll list the exclusive games. I guess there's no real point in listing all the games because people already know what's coming out. The exclusive games that they announced was Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, World of Goo 2. That's a console exclusive. It will be on PC, I believe. I think Fantasy Life 2 is exclusive. Suika multiplayer expansion is exclusive.
That multiplayer expansion, like that's just for local right now.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make it online.
Getting an update.
Yeah.
It will get an update later on to add online. But I thought I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's local only. That's weird.
Yeah, so they will make it online later.
Mhm.
Pocket Card Jockey, Rare Games on NSO, and Endless Ocean Luminous. They did announce some really cool games there that are not exclusive, but like we know we're getting Star Wars Battlefront Collection, SMT5 Vengeance, Epic Mickey Rebrushed, Monster Hunter Stories Remaster, I think. So we have some cool stuff, but that's what we know coming that's exclusive. Still no update on Silksong. And another note I have is we have a steady release of games that are first party. It is mostly remasters. It seems like they still want to do something each month, though. Like last month was Another Code. This month was Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Next month is Princess Peach. I don't remember what's April. And I think May is Endless Ocean. But it looks like they're still trying to do something each month. So they do have something notable releasing each month. And all those that I said are first party. They just released DLC with Splatoon 3. And a Switch 2 reveal is most likely set for this year. Obviously no confirmation, but there was a lot of rumblings about March with a Q4 release date. However, a report came out last week that they have internally told their partners that they are delaying the Switch 2 to Q1 next year, probably March. So assuming the previous timeline was correct and that this new report is true, assuming that's true, it probably shifted from a March announcement to a June announcement. That's my guess. That's my speculation. I have no idea if if that'll be true. But if that last report was true, I guess they could still announce it in March and just have a full year to hype up the console. But I think I think that if the console release got delayed, the announcement also got delayed. So that's what I have noted down. Did anything stick out in the partner showcase to you guys?
One
Just
thing
my
did.
goal.
Do you say one thing or nothing?
One thing did for me, and
Okay.
it wasn't on the US. It was the
Oh.
Japan one, and it's
Okay.
how they decided to release Mother 3 for NSO, but only in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah, maybe one day we'll get that localization, but that is crazy. They decided to drop Mother 3 in Japan. That's insane. Brandon, what were you gonna say?
Just Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball was the one that caught your eye?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm surprised it's console exclusive. Or exclusive in general. I don't think it's coming to PC. It's probably limited exclusivity, like it'll probably come out next year, but that's still that's a little surprise to me. Russ, were you gonna say something?
That partner showcase had so many things I was interested in.
Uh-huh.
I thought a Ranger looked really cool. I
Okay.
know you didn't just mention that one, but it was a neat puzzle looking game, and I like puzzle games.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna be exclusive or not, so I forgot to mention it. But yes, it's a role puzzler. It looks really
Mhm.
cool.
And I thought another Crab's Treasure looked interesting.
Yes.
It just looked so. The trailer looked like very high quality for what it is. I guess if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
they put a lot of production into it.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a multi-platform game. I don't think I'd get it on my Switch, but it looks really good.
Mhm.
It looks really good. Did you see that, Brandon?
No.
Another Crab's Treasure is a Dark Souls crab game.
Oh God, I did see it actually, because yeah, it's a Souls game, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it looks really funny. Obviously Penny's Big Breakaway got shadow dropped. And so all of these games are multi-platform that I'm mentioning, but Nintendo having this event does contribute to excitement. It does contribute to excitement of how their 2024 is set. Obviously other games are getting it, but Nintendo got the reveal of the Battlefront collection. Nintendo got the shadow drop of Penny's Big Breakaway. They got to show another Crab's Treasure trailer. So that just builds excitement. That's a good way to just bring, even if it's a partner showcase. Directs are good at bringing announcements. We have a steady release of games. Oh wait, actually, sorry, Russ, was there something else that you wanted to mention with the partner showcase?
No, that was it.
Okay, cool. I don't want to really be rude. Steady release of games. We still have games that don't have release dates. Luigi's Mansion 2 and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. So I don't know when we're getting those, but and then there's still the possibility, possibility of Metroid Prime 4 and the holidays. So
I'm not
realistically,
holding out hope for that one.
yeah, and we haven't had the first real direct of the year yet. Realistically, we don't need it yet, but we still don't have it yet. So, and we know that there's a direct coming, unlike a PlayStation Showcase where we were told that there's no first party games. So there's probably one, but what is there to really look forward to if we've been told that there's no significant games, especially to existing IP? We'll see when we get the Switch launch, but I think they're set up very well for that. Are there any Nintendo games any of you are looking forward to coming out this year that you guys know of?
I'll say Paper Mario.
Paper Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 Year Door.
Yeah, Thousand Year Door HD is gonna be really good. That's the same for you, Russ?
Yeah, I've been wanting to play that forever now, and
Yeah.
now that I don't have to buy it on the GameCube.
Yeah, yeah. That Thousand Year Door is excellent. So I'm sure that remake's going to be really good. And we'll see what's coming out. Are any of you picking up the Princess Peach game?
I probably will.
Okay. I have it pre-ordered. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick it up. I know Marissa really wants to play that game. So,
Probably not.
yeah, you're probably not going to get it, Lou.
But not really the type of game I would play.
Okay. No worries. And I guess like it's still it's small, so this isn't like a tentpole part of excitement or doing it, but something else that brings excitement are the Splatfests. Nintendo has that Splatoon game that they just released DLC for it, and every month and a half or so they do another Splatfest. So that's still something to keep people happy about. I don't think any other game is getting DLC this year though. I'm trying to think of any games that are slated. It's just mostly a mystery of what they've got planned, but they're also set up extremely well for it. So I guess we can start ending off now. Let's
I
let's
mean,
Oh, go ahead.
the Pokemon Presents thing.
Oh yeah, there's a Pokemon Presents next week. I forgot about that on Pokemon Day. So there's something else happening there too, or we might get a game or two.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I didn't even think about that. Excuse me. So yeah, let's think about where we're doing it. So let's see. Where would you guys put Sony or PlayStation?
Bottom.
Bottom. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Russ.
Yeah,
Jealous.
they'd be at the bottom for me.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just there. I'm sure they'll have a fine year, but this is definitely a frustrating year for them.
There's like nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, and how well they're set up, it's definitely a weird year. Now with Xbox, would you put Xbox at 2 or number 1?
2.
Play
I
at
put
2.
them at 2. They're losing a couple of the exclusives, which will get them sales, but I don't think helps them.
Okay.
And I don't think they have much more than Sony to look forward to currently, from like the standpoint, because like a lot of games this year are just going everywhere in general. Like a lot of big games are going to all consoles. I'd put them at 2.
Okay.
I think it's close between them and Sony.
Okay. Russ, would you agree or would you put?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd put them at 2 too.
Okay, I think so too. I think there is a certain viewpoint that you can make at putting them at number 1, but I think that's an uphill battle that you'd still be fighting. I do definitely think Nintendo set up to have a really good year in general. So everyone's in agreement with Nintendo being at number 1.
Yeah.
They have a game coming out every month. Maybe not April. I could be wrong about April, but it seems like they're still trying to do the thing where they have something every month. They just had the Partner Showcase. They're gonna have the Pokemon Direct next week. Well, my camera's messing up, but I hope I'm still coming through. So that's happening, and then they're set up to reveal the Switch 2. They're set up for that, and I'm sure. Is there any argument to how well that reveal is going to be?
No, gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think that there is any possibility that unless unless they have a Wii U situation in their hands and they just completely fumble it. I think it's gonna be a really huge reveal.
Yeah, unless they have some kind of new gimmick for the Switch too, that's just stupid. I think it'll be bigger than the Switch, honestly, or just as big.
Yeah, I think it'll be just as big. I think it's gonna be very difficult to top it, just because of how much the Switch is sold. But I think it'll do well. Um, I think they're set up to have a really good year, even though we know more about PlayStation and Xbox. I think that plays at their disadvantage in terms of how well they're set up. Uh, because PlayStation, we know that there's not much. Xbox, we know basically everything that's coming out this year, so there is stuff to look forward to. Um, of the stuff that we know with Nintendo, there's just as much to look forward to, and there's more to anticipate because of
Uh,
that.
yeah. I just think they have more opportunities to drop really cool things. I still think, as much of a pipe dream it might be, I still think they have the opportunity to throw out a Mario Party if they wanted to, and that would be massive. Or a
Mm.
Mario sports game, and that would be a big deal.
Yeah,
I think they have these like games and these franchises that are really big deals that take a lot less for them to put out and are a lot easier for them to put out.
yeah, they have a lot of opportunity, definitely.
Mm.
All right, uh, cool. Does anyone have any finishing thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Luke?
When I think like I was more back to Xbox saying it's being second place. I do agree with that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it's on the same level as PlayStation, like Brandon said, simply because they recently just got Activision.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I feel like that probably brings it up more than the PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
because I wonder what they're gonna do next with the companies they have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the last one, right, was Toys for Bob.
Yeah. Well, actually,
So
no, no, no,
we're
no, no, no. Toys for Bob just shrunk. They
oh, the
didn't.
shrunk.
Yeah, yeah. I think they went. I think they did get a lot of layoffs, but I don't think it's. I don't think they shut down. I'm pretty sure that those reports were
Mhm.
false.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but I think it'd be more interesting and see how that affects like Call of Duty, which is like my only Activision like type of game I would play.
Okay. Uh, Russ, any final thoughts?
I have a weird one.
Okay.
It seems like Nintendo's the only one that's really, I don't want to say caring about games, but caring about games. I feel like PlayStation and Xbox are kind of more like tech companies at this point, and they're not so much about the games.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing the partner direct today, or I watch it today. Um, it seems like there's more hype in the games and stuff in their announcements, and I feel like that's not there for Sony and Microsoft. Like even the state of plays weren't that exciting for me. I always found like Nintendo to be better at like hyping up their games. I think it was more like the people were better at hyping up the games for like Sony.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like Xbox doesn't really do much. I might just not follow the right channels, but I never
No.
see anything like where they really hype anything up or talk about their stuff.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they have the developer directs, but that's also more like a deep dive into the games while showing it. It's not like a direct or even a state of play where they'll play a series of trailers back to back. It's more of like, okay, here's Indiana Jones. We're going to talk about the details for 10 to 15 minutes about the development history and what we're doing and our plans for it. Or here's Avowed for 15 minutes talking about the gameplay mechanics that we want to implement and our inspirations and our design decisions. It's that.
Mm.
So it's more like that for Xbox.
Mm-hmm. What I'd like to add is that like Xbox kind of just like stopped caring. Well, not, I wouldn't say caring, but they didn't. Their main focus is now like no longer on gaming after like the 360. It's more of like being like a convenience that, oh, like, oh, this is just a console that plays games but can also like have stream like movies stuff like that, more like marketed to like the casuals, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
who like don't care about that
Yeah,
much.
it's really, yeah, it's really interesting. I would say before, as my final thought now, um these budgets and like what's indicative of the gaming industry, it's really interesting that Japanese developers have avoided it based off of what there is. Like it is, it is obvious that most Japanese games do not look as good as Western games. It's true. I think FromSoft is one of the few exceptions where those games look extremely good. But like, uh, Persona 3 Reload looks amazing. You can argue that it doesn't look as good or as realistic as Ghost of Tsushima or Spider-Man 2, arguably. But what had the $300 million budget? That was Spider-Man 2, right? I don't think Atlas and Sega spent $300 million on Persona 3 Reload, um, right? So it's like,
Oh no, have you heard the music?
yeah, the music and 3 Reload is so good, and but the quality in Japanese games are also so high, and it's like you see these things and these reports of Nintendo's like employee retention being at 96 or 97 or maybe even 98, and because they pay so well, and these horror stories about the Western industry and how long games are taking to make and how expensive they're getting. Nintendo's not running into that. No, I'm very curious to see what that budget for Tears of the Kingdom was, because if it wasn't as high as Spider-Man 2 or The Last of Us Part 2 or I think Ghost of Tsushima had a pretty modest budget. But if it's not as high as some of those and it's selling significantly more, it's like there's like, I don't know, it's very very interesting how Japanese developers have dodged the seeming crisis that we're having in the West, because I don't want to say US in general, because you see these issues with Ubisoft. They're not getting the expectations that they want, and you saw Skull and Bones took 8 years to develop. So it's really interesting. So I do like that point that you made with Nintendo caring about the games. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see where this year goes. I think this will be very interesting to revisit. Most likely beginning of next year, because end of this year will probably be the Chao Garden Awards again. So we'll see uh what we do, and we'll see what we talk about in 2 weeks, because I got to think about that. Brandon, you got to help me brainstorm. Uh, but yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Russ, where can everyone find you at?
I'm on Twitter, Instagram as Cryo Weasel, and sometimes Twitch. I sometimes stream. I was thinking about getting back into it soon.
Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
Okay, keep bugging.
I have to have an audience for that one.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to play by myself.
Okay, I'll keep. I'll be there. I'll definitely be there if you do. Every time in a podcast, I'll mention it. Lou, do you have anything that you want to plug in, Lou? Or are you okay?
Yeah, you can find me in your walls.
I can't believe you said that. Okay.
Check your walls. I may
Check-
be there. Who knows?
And Brandon, where can everyone find you at?
Twitch.tv/thesandvichuvie. I play Overwatch and Wizards.
Wait.
Lou, I know what Lou. Okay. And obviously you can find me here on Chowtown. I have plans. I've been planning scripted content. Master's program is still kicking my butt. I am halfway through my my last semester though, so I do only have this last stretch, and then I can get to it as soon as I pass this master's exam. So otherwise you can find me randomly on Twitch. I've been doing surprised random streams for like an hour at a time, and join the Discord, chill with us, hang out, it's fun. And we'll see you guys on episode, I believe, 5. I didn't look at the episode count before I hit the record button. So see you guys in episode 5, I think. Goodbye, everyone.